going on, guys? Happy Labor Day to you guys in the United States of America. I forgot that it was Labor Day, or I probably would have canceled the show for the night. BC's out of town, Jimmy's out of town. But hey, I told you guys that after we took a week off, we was going to be going week after week after week. So here we are again, live tonight for a couple of minutes. We're gonna just talk a little Kentucky football a little bit. We got Ole Miss coming up this week, and I sent out a video this week. I mean today about just it didn't really matter. Your thoughts on Stoops. It really doesn't really matter your thoughts on whether we got the right quarterback on the field right now. It doesn't. I don't think it even matters. Um, even if you didn't really particularly like how we played against Toledo. The bottom line is, man, it's just Kentucky, and I want to send out positive vibes to those guys. Happy uh, Happy Labor's Day to you guys. Just want to send out positive vibes, man, to the football team. And we got an opportunity here, despite how we played against Ole Miss. I think we got an opportunity here. Now, look, Ole Miss has a one heck of a running back room. They got Lacey and Diggs. Those guys are a legit 1-2 punch. Lacey had 3 touchdowns this weekend against Georgia State, who they actually destroyed. And that's the kind of win that you want to see. That's the kind of win that you want to see from your team. When you are supposed to be the superior team, you're supposed to do exactly what they did against Georgia State, winning 63 to 7. But I think Kentucky is in a situation here where the fan base is not really happy as far as how they played football this weekend. And I just think overall, if you really, really think about it, we're playing with house money. No one thinks we're going to win this football game anyway. So I say, let's just go out here and let's just win the football game. All we got to do is go out here and play. Now, our defense is going to have to be hey, Otis, thank you, man. You get the first YouTube shout out for the day. I appreciate you, big guy. Thank you so much for joining in. It means a lot to me. Otis, you the man, bro. I appreciate it. I think Otis, I was saying when I first came on that I forgot that it was Labor Day in the States. It's a holiday. So usually for holidays, I don't do lives or videos on national holidays. But since I forgot and I didn't cancel, or I didn't send out a cancellation text or whatever, I figured, hey man, just get up, do a live show for a couple of minutes, and fulfill your obligation. So here I am, and it's good that you that you're joining me, Otis. I appreciate that. But anyway, I think that I'm really, really being sincere when I say this. I really feel like that Kentucky football, our defense is going to have to probably win this ball game for us. These guys, their quarterback threw for 337 yards. I think his name is Simmons. Simmons. He threw for 341 yards. He had 3 touchdowns, but he did throw 2 interceptions. Now, here's the thing. If our defense can fly around out there, I don't see why Kentucky can't get some turnovers, because we're going to have to get some turnovers. We're going to have to force these guys into some situations where their back is up against the wall. See, here's the thing. Ole Miss this is what I said last year, leading up to the Ole Miss and the Kentucky game. Ole Miss up to that point hadn't played a defense like Kentucky's, and when Kentucky went to Ole Miss last year, and Kentucky's defense was like, they really just kind of basically in a sense shut them down in a sense. So if our defense, of course, this is their second game of the year, likewise for us. But I still think that our defense is going to be a whole lot better than Georgia State. I don't look for Ole Miss to come in there and put up. They had a total of 400 yards passing between the 2 quarterbacks. They put up 695 yards of offense this weekend. There's no way that these guys are going to go in there and put up 695 yards of offense against Kentucky. I don't care what you say. Kentucky's not going to give up that type of offensive yards the whole ball game. It's just not going to happen. I don't see that happen. No, I think our defense is too good. Afari, who got his who he had a career high in tackles this past week at 13. This game is setting up to be. Here's the good thing about this ball game is it's gonna be a fun ball game because this is the game that Ole Miss has had circled since the horn went off last year, and we gave them the first loss of the year. So they've had this game circled for a while, uh, and also Lane Kiffin. From what I see, the fan base is like this is a do or die for Lane Kiffin. Like you beat Kentucky, or we might start calling for you to get out of Ole Miss, so out of Oxford. So I'm not really sure how that's going to go, but all I know is that Kentucky, if they show up and if they're deep, because I mean, look, let's just be real, we don't know what our offense is going to do. And Otis just asked the question: do you think Calzada should start at Ole Miss or Cutter? As much as a lot of people may want to say, should we start Cutter? Uh, I think you gotta. I don't know if it's out of obligation or he's just getting back into it or what, but I think that there has to be a level of trust from the coaches to say, Calzada, you're our guy. Is that the popular opinion or the most popular thought? I don't know because here's the thing about Calzada. Like we threw the deep ball, but everything was completely off. Like it was like you ask yourself this: you had all summer to get your timing together. You had all summer to put the ball where it belongs, and then you get in the game against Toledo. And this is still no disrespect to Toledo, but you get in the game against Toledo, and you can't put the ball anywhere close to the receivers. There was only one pass, really. It was only really that I remember. Only one pass that it was the receiver's fault for not dropping the. For not catching the ball. He should have caught that ball in the end zone. That's not on Calzada. Calzada put it on his hands. But outside of that, for the rest of the night, all the passes was just way over the head. It was just nothing there. And we didn't even have a chance to get any long. I think our longest catch was by Rodriguez, but then he fumbled the ball. So, but I think that was a short pass, and then Rodriguez was able to get downfield. So, does Calzada get should he get the nod for the start? I think he gets this. I think he deserves. I think to get the start of the ball game, but still, everyone's really like he already knows this, and he knows that the pressure's on him. He knows getting 87 yards in a ball game against Toledo is just not going to happen. And I think I seen a stat today that the only person who got less yards than that in the starting game was Terry Wilson. I didn't read it; they said it, but it was a reason why he only got 87 yards. But other than that, come on, Calzada, you've been in. This is your seventh year in college football, and you mean to tell me that you can't manage to get more than 89? I think it's 87, 89 yards in one ball game. That has got to change. That has really got to change. The positive thing about Kentucky, we also got a backfield that can be really good too as well. I think we had 200 yards over rushing too our own selves. So when you kind of take all of that into consideration, if if our defense can stop their quarterback from their because they actually had two quarterbacks to play. So if our defense can stop those guys from throwing the ball all over the field, which I think they will. Once again, Kentucky's defense is not. We are not. What's the name's defense? We're not Georgia State's defense. So I think our defense, when we show up on what's the name at home, we got something to prove too. Just like Ole Miss got something to. They got a revenge game, and we still got something to prove. We're still trying to get to 6 games. But we got to take care of Ole Miss before we can move forward. And I really feel like that Kentucky not being not putting on the blue goggles or not just being overzealous or not just being, just too, not too much in love with Kentucky. I'm not going to write off that Kentucky doesn't have a chance to win this ball game. But once again, I think for us to win this ball game, for us to win this ball game, our defense is going to have to play lights out all night long. We got to minimize the penalties, which I thought we did really good against Toledo. I think we was disciplined enough back there The fourth quarter, we let off the brakes. I think we knew we was going to win the game, so I think we kind of let off the brakes. This out here most likely will not be one of those ball games that that we'll have a chance to let off the brakes and be able to and just close to the finish line at the end. I think we're going to have to play for all 48 minutes. I think it's 48 minutes or whatever, 60 minutes or whatever it is. What is it, 15-minute, 12-minute quarter, something like that. But we're going to have to play the whole football game. But our offense, man, we got to generate some points because I don't see any reason why Ole Miss will not put up some points against us, at least a little bit. But maybe it could be a very low scoring game. It could be the battle of the defenses to see who wants it. And of course, Ole Miss always has a good up front line on defense. So this is going to be, this is going to be one of these games where if Kentucky wants it and they're at home, how bad do they want to get this game taken care of and win it? See, and also, I was harping on that. I felt like that we needed to beat, Toledo by even more than what we beat them by. But this is one of those games against Ole Miss that winning by a field goal, winning by a point is completely acceptable in the SEC. We can just win and we can keep playing. Uh, and it's going to be one of the ball games where if it comes down to a field goal, I hope that we can actually get it done. Um, let's see. Les, what's up, man? What up? I appreciate it. This week at the football game, 2028 basketball recruit be visiting Cam Mercer. Okay, so they're gonna. I think on the Wednesday night show, Otis. I think maybe 2028. Oh, I seem like that's so far away. But that could be something that Jimmy and Leah covers on their Wednesday night shows. Thanks for that information, though, Otis. I appreciate it, man, dude. Otis, you all right? Let's. I appreciate you joining in as well too. Once again, I forgot that it was Labor Day in the United States. I don't celebrate that. I don't get to celebrate that where I'm from. So it's kind of like the American holidays. It just kind of goes over our heads a little bit. Matter of fact, I don't know of any holiday. I don't know if any American holiday that we celebrate. We don't celebrate Christmas because it's a Muslim country. New Year's is probably the only one, but I think that's worldwide though. I don't think it's any other holidays that we get to celebrate. But they get a lot of holidays off here as well. We got a holiday coming up on the 23rd. I wish it was on the weekends. Is it on a Sunday? It's on a Tuesday. So I wish it was I wish it was on the weekend as well. But yeah, I just wanted to show up tonight, man, and just hang out with you guys. I couldn't expect BC, I couldn't expect Jimmy to be on because those guys are out celebrating the holiday. But Big Mike had to come and hang out with you guys, and I'm so excited about this football game with Ole Miss. Like I don't feel nervous. Maybe when the game starts, maybe I get nervous during that. Also, let me apologize for the major glare that I have in my glasses. There's not the way my room is set up. There's no way. There's really nowhere else that I can actually put to. Maybe I can go over there, but then I got to move a lot of stuff around to be able to do that. But yeah, I apologize for the glare in my glasses. There's really nowhere else for me to really do the show at except in this spot right here. So it's really, really hard. I got my dim on my computer down really low, but so I apologize for all of this in my glasses. I can't even see my eyes sometimes as well. Happy Labor Day, Big Mike. Appreciate that, Otis. Absolutely. Uh, but yeah, but I'm super excited about this ball game with Ole Miss. I know a lot of people have already basically, if I know people probably have who has tickets to the game, probably already given them away to somebody and just basically just kind of written them off. And I've said this a lot, man. It's so much fun or waiting for Kentucky basketball if the football team is good. It just, I remember a couple of years ago when we was really good, and we know basketball season was coming up, but we was like, well, football is really fun. Basketball will be here when it gets here. But I really hope that And and even if we lose this game against Ole Miss, I think it comes down to how do we play. Do we get blown out? Are we in the game down to the very last moment? I think that even though a loss is a loss, I think how you lose makes a big difference as well. If you get blown out by Ole Miss, then you talking about the people who's already written off Kentucky. Now that those other people who are on the fence, well, we're gonna write Kentucky off too. So you keep adding and adding to basically where nobody is basically giving Kentucky a chance to do anything this year. I personally want to see Kentucky do exceptionally well. And if that means it's only 6 or 7 games wins, considering what's already been predicted, I'll take that for this year. But I'm not going to write off Kentucky football just yet. But to beat Ole Miss, it's going to have to be a one heck of a ball game for my defense and Calzone. Sorry, not Calzone, Calzada. I'm thinking about a Calzone. I wish I had one. Think about Calzada. He's going to have to be on point. The thing that I noticed about this last ball game, it definitely wasn't the offensive line's fault. We definitely can't have an overzealous quarterback in the end zone thinking he can pull it so he can try to throw the ball. Man, give it to your running back. Let us get out to about the 6 to 7 yard line. Give us a little cushion, and then we can think about throwing the ball. But it's just decision making. That has got to be top. That's got to be the top of the agenda. Is we gotta get them reads. We gotta get downfields, and then we gotta be accurate. That's for sure. Hey, Austin, you know what? If I had tickets, I would go to. Got my tickets to the Ole Miss game today. I have faith in the Cats. Hey, Austin, I'm with you, man. I am. And once again, I always say, man, I'm not naive, and I know people say we just got to be realistic, but hey. So I guess my question is this: if you're a Kentucky fan and you already written off Kentucky football, if Kentucky beats Ole Miss, do you have the right to celebrate that victory? I'm just saying. The people's already written them off. They already said that it ain't no good. I already gave my tickets to somebody else because I don't believe that Kentucky's going to be any good. So I don't know if you're a Kentucky fan and if we beat Ole Miss, maybe you should set this celebration out because you didn't believe anyway. That's for sure. I believe we. Oh, we're big time, and I don't know if it's. I don't know if it's out yet. Let me see if it's out, Otis. Let me see if it's Saturday. Come on, man. What's going on with my thing? It's, hate when this does this, bro. I haven't seen it yet, but I'm Otis. I'm almost certain we may be. I wouldn't be shocked if we are at least a 2 touchdown underdogs against. Come on, man. This thing on thing. It won't even let me pop it up, but I'm pretty sure that we're going to be the underdog against those guys, and that's okay because we're going to be an underdog against Vandy. We're going to be the underdogs against every SEC team this year. We're going to be the underdog. So that's something that we're just going to have to just say, just chop it up for exactly what it is, and we'll be okay, I believe. So, hey guys, don't forget to hit that like button right now. I appreciate it. Also, if it's your first time watching, please let me know in the comments so I can give you a shout out personally and say thank you for watching the show. It means a lot to me. Let me see. No more comments right now. But yeah, we're just a team that we didn't play the best against Toledo. I hope they go in the film room. I hope they're watching, particularly Calzada. I hope he's watching. And also, so I asked you guys what Otis asked earlier. He asked this question right here, and then you guys let me know what you guys think. Do you think Calzada should start at Ole Miss or Cutter? My response was, you got to go with Calzada, and you got to see if he's going to make that improvement from week 1 to week 2. He's been in college football for a while. We want to see him play like he did against Alabama when he was at Texas A&M. Can he put together that type of performance? See, here's the funny thing about Calzada, and um, everyone wants to throw a little shade at him. I mean, you got to think about it. Texas A&M liked him. I think Alabama recruited him. He was going to go to Auburn until he got hurt, so he wasn't able to play. I mean, at the end of the day, I think this kid could play, but I think it may be a confidence thing. And throwing for 87 yards, 89 yards against Toledo, that's not a big confidence booster at all. That's not something that you're going to lay in the bed and say, "Man, I had a good day. I had a really good day." That ain't the case. So let's see if because everything our defense is going to have to win this ball game against Ole Miss. Let's just be real with their dynamic running backs. But I think Calzada is going to have to play a major part in that if we're going to get this W. He's going to have to play the game of his life in order to a lot better than what he did. Took me to the game last week. I love being there. Hey, Glenda, how you doing? I wish I could have been there too as well. I wish I could have been at the ball game. I would love to have been there. So, Glenda, I'm glad you had a chance to go to the game, and I'm glad that you had a good time. Hey, Dave, it's good to see you. Thank you so much for joining in. It does. 2008, we struggled against Central Michigan, and in 2000, we struggled against Chattanooga. Both of those seasons turned out great, and that's the. I mean, and that's why this is the reason right here, Austin, on why I'm not ready to just throw in the towel and just say UK is going to have another UK typical year up on the coach Stoops. I think it's bigger than that. I think that we got a chance to, that we still got a chance to do something special. And I think it starts with this Ole Miss. If you can beat Ole Miss, because Ole Miss is going to go up in rankings only because of we have 4 top 10 teams lose this weekend. So Ole Miss is going to move up, and I think Ole Miss during the I can't even get no dang on stuff right here, bro. This is horrible, man. Horrible. This is the Ole Miss is going to go up in rank. So for us to be able, they might move up to round. I think they was like 18th or something like that. Maybe I'm wrong, but they're going to move up. And if we can get this W, man, it's good for the team. It's good for confidence. It's good for the coaching staff. It makes them feel like, okay, guys, we just got to continue to improve from week to week. We got to maybe I hate to use this word, but we got to tweak a couple of things. I think we heard that word tweak before quite a few times. I think we just got to make some adjustments. And I just feel like that Kentucky football, if they're doing the right thing, if they're really going out there playing smart football, I think that we got a chance to really go and beat Ole Miss this week. And even if I'm the only one out here screaming that I think Kentucky can beat Ole Miss, then I'm okay with that. Um, it was great bucket. Let's check that. Oh, okay. So that was your first game. Okay, cool, Glenda. I went to one game at Kroger. I went to one game at Kroger Field, and I had a really good time. I think we played Eastern Illinois. I think that's who we played. I think that's who we played. But it was really, really, it was a fun ball game, and I'm glad that I had a chance to go. So I'm glad you had a chance to go. Bucket list checked off. I've been to Rupp Arena one time. I can't wait to go back again. Being over here, it just makes you be like, dude, if I was home, I would probably be at the football game. I'll probably go to a game. So I'm glad that you guys, I'm glad that you had a good time. That's for sure. Uh, but man, I'm just really, really ready for this football game. I'm excited. Of course, it's going to be a really long day for me because the game comes on at 10:30 at night here. So I'll probably be sleeping all day Saturday just to be ready for the ball game. I think so too, Big Mike. Howdy, Olga. Hey, Paul, it's good to see you. Thank you so much for joining in. It means a lot to me. Look, man, I got it's like 17 people watching on Labor Day. I just want to say you guys could be out uh, with family and friends and cookouts and all that for Labor Day. But I appreciate you guys, man, just kind of stopping through. I actually forgot that it was Labor Day. Otherwise, I probably would have canceled the show. But once I realized that it was Labor Day and we had a show on Monday night, I was like, hey, I gotta turn the camera on, and even if it's just for about 30 minutes, I gotta go live, bro. I gotta keep my commitment, and keep my promise. Right before the season started, we took a whole week off, and I said, but here until after basketball recruiting, at the end of the year of basketball, we'll be live. So I wanted to keep my commitment to you guys and turn the camera on. I've seen a lot of games at Kroger Field, been a part of some of the best atmospheres. No place like it. Austin, you are a true fan, my friend. Um, th- um, yeah, I definitely got to go to more games at Kroger Field. That's for sure. I know it's a lot of fun out there, and I would love to be there for some of those. Uh, I would love to be there for some of those big time football games. And it's right here. Look, if you got tickets to this football game, and you're thinking about selling them, or you thinking about giving them away, I would probably use the tickets. I would probably go to the ball game. I got a feeling Kentucky's going to be ready for this ball game. They understand that they upset them last year. They understand that Ole Miss is coming in here with a vengeance on their mind. That they're coming in here to. It's just like a redemption game for them to say, "See, I told you it was a fluke. Kentucky beat us. That was one chance in a lifetime. They ain't gonna beat us again for a long time." So this is an opportunity for our Kentucky Wildcats to say it wasn't a fluke. We didn't just go down there and beat you. We can do it again on our home field. So all we got to do, man, is just show up and just see and just see what happens. I mean, yeah, I mean, Ole Miss is on paper probably a much better team than we got, but anything can happen. They was a much better team last year than we was on paper, but we was able to, and that was with Jackson, and that was with their big time quarterback. So I think we got a chance this year if we could just show up and just really just be determined to get this ball game. But our defense is going to have to play a perfect game. And up front, those guys are going to have to be all over the running backs. Like we got to have our linebackers spine those running backs in and out of the backfield. And we just got to play smart defense. We just got to play really, really smart defense. And I don't see why, I don't see why it seems impossible for us uh, to beat Ole Miss. Um, am I guaranteed a win? No, that would be stupid. I wouldn't even guarantee a win against really Toledo, and maybe I should have. So maybe that's embarrassing for me to say, but it's all about which team shows up on the field on Saturday afternoon, and let's see what we can produce, and let's see if we can get a W. Mark Stoops needs this win. I get it that we won last year, but I think with everything that's going on, with just the media just totally writing Kentucky off already, just put Kentucky at the last team in the SEC. I mean, we can go out there and show them why the media is correct, or we can go out there and prove everybody wrong. Um, but show ourselves within that locker room that we have the capabilities of beating a really good team when we truly show up on all cylinders, special teams, offense and defense. Everything's gonna have to the three is gonna have to just be on point, and we just gotta just bring it all day long because it's gonna be a long football game. But I still think that it's possible as well too. I think we can go into Athens this year 4-0. Yeah, I mean it's I'm a dreamer, and if it happens, I mean, if it doesn't happen, it's not going to change my mind on how I feel about Kentucky. Sometimes even when you don't like the coach, when you don't agree with the quarterback play, sometimes when you ain't got nothing else but just to say I love Kentucky, let that be enough to just be positive and just cheer on the football team all week long. I've started a campaign. I posted a video here on YouTube as well too. Just be positive. Let's just send positive vibes out to our football team all week long. I mean, it's really a choice. You can either just talk bad about them all week long and just talk about how bad they are, or you can just say, you know what, it's Kentucky football. It's my team. I just for this, for this week, we can worry about next week later. But for this week, I just choose to send out positive vibes to Kentucky football. And then let's just see what happens when both teams line up on the football field on Saturday afternoon. That's for sure. I forgot it's Monday. Yeah. Well, hey, Peanut, it's good to see you. James, hey, Big Mike. Sorry, I'm late. No apologies. Team and new quarterback, just like Kentucky, but UK never gets benefits. Gets benefit after doubt. UK never gets benefit. I mean, love seeing you, Big Mike. Hate summer is over, but glad to be back with BBN activity. Absolutely, Glenda. I'm happy to be back. Nobody, it's good to see you as well. Exactly. Ole Miss had a turnover. Kentucky, we had a turnover, but it's kind of like we don't because we're Kentucky. So it's Kentucky. So we're not gonna give them any credit for whatever. We're just gonna just give them. They just gonna have a bad season, and we don't get that. James, it's good to see you as well. Appreciate you joining in. It is Labor Day today. I forgot that it's Labor Day because I'm overseas and we don't celebrate Labor Day over here in Saudi. Otherwise, I might would have canceled the show tonight. Jimmy and BC is out. They're out of town. They're out with cookouts and stuff like that, which is understandable. But I had to turn on the camera and go live for a few minutes. I just it's an obligation, and I love being here with you guys. So even though they couldn't make it, which is okay, we are doing this together with the BBN because we believe in the Cats. And I don't think very many shows was on today because of Labor Day. I'm not really sure. Ole Miss may have lots of new pieces, but they did score 63 pieces. Yeah, they did score 63 pieces. 63 pieces. They did score 63 points, but the same narrative that I said last year going in to play Ole Miss is, and I know this is only the second game, but Ole Miss leading up to the Kentucky game did not play a defense like Kentucky had. Georgia State, they're not Kentucky's defense. Our offense still needs some help, but our defense is light years better than Georgia State. They're not putting up 63 points against Kentucky. They're not going to get 695 yards of total offense against Kentucky. See, these are the kind of things that they're not going to get. That quarterback is going to be pressured. We're going to see what kind of pressure he can hold up when our defense is right in his face all ball game. Man, you guys are getting me excited for this ball game. Let's go, Cats. Let's go, baby. Look, here's a thing. I'm sorry, guys. I get excited sometimes. Hey, Carl, good to see you as well. Like the old days, Big Mike, just you and BBN. Oh, hey, the show's got to go on, nobody. Hey, just like the old days, I just what I got to do. I got to go back to my roots, I guess you could say. But I enjoyed this. Ole Miss not scoring 63 on the. Oh no, come on, stop it. They're not scoring 60. Like when I saw that score, even though I was impressed that they put up 63 points, they're not scoring that against Kentucky. So I didn't even get it. I didn't even give it a second thought if Ole Miss was going to put up that. If you don't look, Afari is playing for his NFL career, dude. He had a career high 13 tackles this week against Toledo. They're just not putting up 63 points, man. It's just not going to happen. Like even if we don't win the ball game, they're still not going to score 63 points on us. We're not going to allow that at home. That's for sure. Kentucky is in my blood. Pump it and then draw it. See what I mean? I know Florida home state football recruit, be it Ole Miss wide receiver, 4-star Darius Gray, Max Adams, and Caleb Holt being this weekend. Okay. Well, so we got some recruits on. Come on, man. Kentucky. Look, if I could just plead with Kentucky, okay? If I could just plead with Kentucky. Come on, guys. Let's do this. Let's get this W. What are we waiting for, man? You guys got this. Catch. Let's go. Let's get this W. I'm already excited. See, I came on here. It's 1:00 in the morning right now. It's almost 1:35, and I was sleepy. I was going down my hallway doing calisthenics like I was in the warm-up line just to get my bones moving. And my back is hurting. I took like 1,200 milligrams of Advil because my back is hurting. But I'm here and I'm excited. I'm excited, man. Excuse me for being overly excited about Kentucky football, but I am, and I appreciate you guys for helping me with that too. Kentucky gonna beat Ole Miss 2021. I take it. And Carl, just like I said earlier, this is one of those ball games. You don't beat Toledo by 3 points. That's just should we beat them by more than 8 points? Yes, we should have won by more than 8 points. But you don't beat Toledo by just 3 points. You can beat Ole Miss by 3 months. By 3 points, and it's the best thing in the world. All you gotta do is win by. You can win by one, and everybody will be ecstatic. They just would because it wasn't supposed to happen. So I just think with this ball game, I think Kentucky's got to come in ready to go, and I think our defense is going to be. I look, our defense is not going. They are. Trust me, our defense is trying to give up 63. Nah, it's not even a thought, bro. I believe we beat Ole Miss. We are Kentucky. Oh, that's good job, man. I appreciate that. I'm thinking 2017, same score from last year. I'm okay with that too, man. You walking like the catwalk. Let's do that. Absolutely. I'm trying to be quiet because actually, when I was in Kuwait, I didn't have a roommate, so I could just go back in my room and just talk as loud as I wanted to. But I have a roommate now, so in fact, yeah, I have a roommate now, and I'm just trying not to be. I'm trying not to be too loud for him because it's like 1 o'clock in the morning. So just trying to. It's almost 1:40 in the morning. So I'm just trying to be respectful of him. So try not to be overly excited. But if I was by myself, if I was at home, man, we'd be getting crunk tonight, dude. We'd be getting. We'd be doing it for sure. Believe we will win the Saturday for sure. I hope so. I posted the video. If you haven't checked out my little quick positive five videos here on YouTube, please go check it out and watch it. It's only about a minute. It's only like 50 seconds long. So go check that out too. It's real. But I posted it, and a lot of people, I'm getting positive feedback, but also it's just kind of like, it's just Kentucky. Well, whatever. We're talking about Kentucky fans. It's just Kentucky, whatever. Uh, but I just believe in this week, wherever you at, whatever you're doing, just throw up some positive vibes for the football team. And, this is one of those situations where BBN, where Stoops can come and go, the football players can come and go, all of this. But at the end of the day, we're Kentucky fans, and if you're not doing anything else but just sending up positive vibes for Kentucky football, you ain't got to mention no names. All you got to do is say Kentucky football, sending you positive vibes. Let's get that out there in the air. Let's start a trend this week of rooting on our Kentucky Wildcats, and let's see if we can be successful against Ole Miss. We can win by 1 point, and Big Mike would be completely happy. That's for sure. JQ gets another pick, and Alex Safari wreaks havoc. Cats win. That's what I'm talking about, man. Like, it's just this is good, dude. I guess we just got to find a positive in this situation and just say this is something that we can do, and all we got to do is just show up, and we can, and we can get this win for sure. Dav, look, I hope that the fan base is just rallying behind those guys for sure. Um, Peanut. Oh no, I don't. Whatever your thoughts are, whatever. This is for Peanut. I'm definitely not. I'm definitely not throwing shade on anybody. One thing about it is, people can have the thoughts that they want to. I'm not gonna think bad of you. It's just the thoughts that you choose to have and your opinions. Um, Let me throw this up. I'm not being negative, just sharing my thoughts. Felt like the defense was good because there were more talented. I'm afraid of how they might look against a more talented team. I just look. I mean, I just feel like our defense is going to be good against Ole Miss. That's one thing about Kentucky's defense. They've been they've been good the past couple of years, and they've helped us win some games. Um, they've helped us win some games over the past few years. That has been really good. Just like, I mean, our defense won the game last year for us. They held, they stopped Ole Miss in their tracks, And I just feel like that's going to be another one of those years. Having Afari in his last year, having him trying to go, I think he's like one of the only ones who's really projected to get drafted next year. This guy is, I mean, he's trying to make some NFL money, and he does it in ball games like this. Like that's good to have a good ball game against Toledo, and don't, I'm saying, and let's don't, I'm saying, even though Ole Miss has got way better talent than Toledo, let's don't count out now from rest of the year. I'm a Toledo fan. I want Toledo to win out. I want them to win 10 games this year because I want to be able to look back and say, well, Kentucky beat you guys. So we good. The MAC winners, we want to be able to say that at least if we was in the MAC conference, Kentucky football, that we would win it all. And we would win it all. But I wouldn't change being out of SEC for nothing. Even with its heartaches, I still want to stay right here where we at 1, 2, or 100. Happy with any score as long as cats on top. I agree with you too as well. That's one of those games where just win the football game whatever way you have to, and I think that's the biggest difference of the whole thing. It's just actually getting that done. That's gonna make a big difference for sure. I had to take my headphones off just to see how loud I actually am. Sometimes you don't know how loud you are until you actually take off your headphones, and then you able to hear yourself. But I just hope that we go out there and we just get this win. I'm super excited about the football program. I was there when we beat Florida and LSU in 2021. I'm hoping for a similar atmosphere this Saturday. Also, that's gonna be great, bro. That would be really big time to really go in there and beat Ole Miss this weekend at home. So I guess I gotta ask the question. Well, I don't. I wouldn't storm the field if we beat Ole Miss. I don't think that's a storm, football storm and field moment. I think. I mean, even though Ole Miss is a good team, if we was to beat Texas when they came to town, who looks beatable? Their quarter. I mean, think about it. Their quarterback didn't look. I mean, Manning didn't look. Arch Manning didn't look no more better than what our quarterback did this weekend. So, I mean, Texas is going through the same problems. They don't have a reliable quarterback who got all this hype. You see what I'm saying? So it's just kind of like we just gotta hope, just like Texas fans have gotta hope that next week is a better week than it was this week. So if Texas fans can hope that they have a better week next week, why can't Kentucky fans hope that that Calzada has a better week than he did last year? It's all about perspective and it's all about how you look at it. For real, hate to say it, Mike, but defense is good, but we can't score. That's going to be a problem, James. I agree. I think that's going to be a. I definitely think. I mean, and I said that. Hate to say it, Mike, but defense is good. But if we can't score or really move the ball, won't that hurt our defense in the long run? And we can't give them a break. That and you know what? That's why when we gave the ball back to our guys, got them off the field last week. We got Toledo off the field, and I think we came in and we threw an interception pretty fast after that, and then our defense had to come right back in the ball game, and and they was moving the ball down the field because our defense didn't have a chance to rest. That's why I always say, James, and I appreciate the comment, big guy. That's why I always say give give your defense a chance to get off the field and rest. If we're not going to score on one play, then at least put together a long enough drive that our guys on defense can go out and get a rest. You can't expect the defense to go out there and fly around at 100%, and then the offense comes in and throws the interceptions, and now the defense never had a chance to go and even get a drink of water. That's how fast it was, and then it was right back on the football field. So you can tell when they started moving the ball after that interception, you know that the defense was tired, bro. You know that the defense was tired, and after a while, the defense mentally is only going to take that for so long. Like, come on, oh, I'm gonna get in somebody's butt. You guys have got to keep. You guys have got to give us a chance to breathe, man. You guys got a chance to give us a break. And if they don't do that because Calzada's overthrowing the football, I don't know how much longer do you wait for Cutter before you say it's yours. So I think the string is short with Calzada, but I think he still has a string, and I still think he has an opportunity to succeed or fail based off how he goes out there and plays a court. So, no doubt, Storm don't need to come. No, don't Storm don't need to come. So, I know, but Austin, we need all the money we can get from football. So, don't storm. Hey, just celebrate. Go out of the stadium and then storm the parking lot. Do something, but don't do it on the football field. We're supposed to win. Yeah, I guess that's well. I guess you could say that in basketball, Carl. But I agree with you. Definitely, we definitely don't storm in basketball, nah, unless it's a championship. That's it. Or yeah, you don't storm the court for that. That's for sure. Absolutely, it was a rough night. Gotta say, gotta give defense a break. It was you definitely got to give those guys a break on defense, man. And if you don't, then it's almost like let them score so we can sit out again. I mean, that's the mindset. It really is. I don't think Cutter is the future of this program. Ooh, okay. I haven't really heard anybody really say that before, but I know we got I know we got another quarterback coming in next year. That I heard that that's supposedly to be really really that dude and really really supposed to be really good. So I'm sorry that I don't have his name off the top of my head, but you just got to see if I don't know. But a lot of people seem to really want to see Cutter in and see what he can do. Once again, Calzada is probably looking over his shoulder because he has a short string and knowing that hey, if I don't get this done against Ole Miss, because even though we beat Toledo, and even though I think we play Eastern Michigan third, even though if we beat those guys, still not a real like yeah he's our quarterback, he's our quarterback. He's gonna have to beat Ole Miss before he gets the title of really QB1 for a lot of fans. Um, he do that, I think we'll be okay. I do. Uh, I sure hope so, Carl. Let me throw that up right there. I think Kentucky's offense will get better this week. I think they just had it first game jitters. I believe we will get it a lot. Hey, I hope he does, but he's got to put the ball on the receivers, man. As I mentioned before, he only had one pass that wasn't his fault when the guy was in the end zone and he dropped it. That receiver's got to bring that in. He's got to catch that. You know what I'm saying? He's probably getting some NIL money. So hey, go earn your money, man, for real. And in Calzada, you got a lot of money. Go earn your money. Go put the ball where it needs to be at because otherwise we got to find somebody else that can because football matters. Football genuinely matters. I just think people are fed up for one reason or another, whether it's the coaching, whether it's the quarterback that we got right now, for one reason or another. I just think people are fed up, but I think at the core of their heart, they're Kentucky fans, and I think they want Kentucky to be great. I just think there's some frustration there from a lot of fans, and because of that, they basically just kind of turned up their nose to Kentucky football and says, "Can we get to basketball, please?" And we'll get there, of course, but it's always nice. It's always yeah. It's a top 10 quarterback. That's his name. Matt. Yes, Cutter would be a great future quarterback along with the new recruit coming in too. I mean, let's see how that works out. But maybe, just maybe, Calzada can turn this in to be can be a year that we can remember for years to come. So that's why right now, that's why I won't turn my back on Calzada and continue to believe that if he can go out there and get it done, then he can really make the BBN smile about this year in college football. It's good to have football back. It is the first weekend was I'm not sure the last time four teams in the top 10 lost all in one college weekend. Well, that's something that you don't see very often. So when the when the AP polls come out. I thought it was gonna come out today, but holiday, so I'm pretty sure if it didn't come out today, I'm pretty sure it'll be out tomorrow. I didn't see it yet, so if anybody saw that it changed or not, please let me know. I was trying to look it up, but I couldn't. But some things are definitely going to be shaken up in the polls. But Kentucky's just got to take care of this Ole Miss game, and let's see what we can do. I don't. Yeah, if we beat Ole Miss, I still don't think we'll be ranked next week. They're just not very high on putting UK in rankings when it comes to college football. So I think we got to do more than just beat Ole Miss before we be in ranked. But ranked or not, you beat Ole Miss, a lot of people are going to be really, really excited about this ball game. That's for sure. I was there for the Will Levis debut. We need that. Oh, yeah, I think Will Levis. I think he threw for what 347 yards in his first game as a quarterback at Kentucky. I think it was something like that. I read the numbers today. I should actually highlighted it, um, but it wasn't good for Calzada. So. mm, but it doesn't mean that there's not room. There's definitely room for improvement. There's room for people to get better, and I really hope that that's the case. And I hope people continue to grow and get better as well as Kentucky football as a whole. I hope those guys in the locker room. I hope they stay positive. I hope they stay connected. I hope there's not a lot of division of who should be doing this or who should have been in there. I hope that they're in there just pushing each other to be better every single week, and that's how you keep a football team or any sports team or any team, a group of people together. It's just trying your best to be positive. So that's a good thing. So definitely, let's see if Kentucky football can go out here and get a W against Ole Miss on Saturday afternoon. Kickoff is at 3:30 Eastern, I think so. But anyway, hey guys, thank you guys for tuning in tonight. I really, really appreciate it. Happy Labor Day to all you guys as well. Don't forget Wednesday night, Jimmy and Leah will be here live to give you guys a show. They may cover some recruiting for basketball. I'm not sure. I like to, of course, recruiting is always interesting. We want to know who's coming to Kentucky. But with the football season, I like to keep it within football season, even though it might not be the most popular thing. I try my best to support the football team as much as I can. I know basketball is coming, and it will be just like football. Of course, basketball overlaps football, so when basketball comes, we'll be able to mix up a show, half and half, evenly, talking about both. And of course, unless Kentucky football is like one and like 1-7, then I don't know if there's anything to really talk about. Of course, it won't be a 1-7. Of course, I just kind of threw that number out there, but I think you guys get the point. But then we could win every game in football and still not rank Kentucky. Yeah. Uh, let's see. We could win every game in football, and they wouldn't rank Kentucky. That pal Fish turn Bird and ESPN do everything they can to down Kentucky. Kentucky, no matter what, we do it in football. Thank you so much. Well, 21 is actually not behind the scenes tonight. Whenever I do my shows, I do my shows by myself. I do all the comments and all that stuff myself. So, but yeah, 21. He does the Wednesday night shows for Leah and Jimmy when he's available. Of course, he does a really good job too. So I appreciate that. So, guys, thank you guys so much. If you haven't hit the like button, please do so. It means a lot to me as well. I always appreciate you guys. Kentucky till I die. Austin, we got you too as well. I'm there. But Otis, Carl, Dab, Miss Glinda, thank you so much. James, thank you. Carl, ESPN hater. Thank you. It's funny. James, all you guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Austin, I think I mentioned you as well. Thank you guys for tuning in. Peanut, thank you for joining in too as well too. It means a lot to me. Let's see. Let's go. I think they was up here earlier too. I'm only sure nobody. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. And until next time, please join Wednesday night with Jimmy and Miss Lee on the Wednesday night show. Until next time, go Cats.